Okay, factoring. Now, number 49 and 50 are mostly factored for us. This is grouping where it's halfway done. Remember, when the parentheses match, we take it out as a GCF. And when we take it out, what's left over is your other factor, so x minus 5. So again, if the parentheses match, we take it out as a GCF, we cancel it, and what's left is your other factor. Okay. Looking at number 51, this is a trinomial, therefore we have to snowflake it. So A, B, C, A is 1, B is 7, C is 6, AX, A times C is 6, B is 7. Well, what multiplies to give me 6 and adds to give me 7 is just 1 and 6. 1 times 6 is 6, 1 plus 6 is 7. When A is 1, 1 over 1, 1 over 6 does not simplify, so there's my factors. X plus 1, X plus 6. You can check these in your calculator. Same with number 49 and 50. By typing what was given to you in Y1 and what you came up with in Y2. Go to your table, and if it all matches, then you did it correctly. So you can check all of these that way as long as there's no more than one letter. Same concept here. If you write x instead of y, I'm not going to count off. A times c is 9, b is negative 10. Now when my top number is positive and my bottom number is negative, it's going to be a double negative. Now remember, you can also use the calculator trick. It's top number divided by x in your y1, and then in y2 it's top number divided by x plus x. So my top number is 9 divide x, 9 divide x plus x, second graph, and it's because it's double negative, I'm going to scroll up and look, it's negative 1, negative 9, because b is negative 10. You find your bottom number in y2. Now nothing here simplifies, so those are my factors. You don't have to put a 1 in front of your letter. If you did, you're not wrong. Okay, 53. Now this one, you'll remember, if A is not 1, always check for a GCF. 3 does not go into 11, 3 is prime, so we don't have a GCF here. A is 3, B is negative 11, C is negative 20. A is 3, so 3x, 3x. A times C is negative 60, B is negative 11. This is when they get a little harder to find your two numbers, so your trick is a little nicer. Oop, forgot my negative. So I'm going to do second graph, and I'm looking for negative 11. And look, it's right there. So positive 4, negative 15. Now, remember, we have to see if they simplify. 1 over 1 didn't simplify. 1 over 9 didn't simplify. But 3 over 4 does not either. You can always double check if you're not sure. I don't like to type the negative in here. 3 over 4 did not. So this is one of my factors. 3 over 15 does. I don't type my negative. Simplifies to 1/5. I bring over my x, and I bring over my negative, so it becomes x minus 5. Don't forget the simplifying, or you will be wrong. Okay, so let's look at number 54. A, 2a, 2 times negative 12 is negative 24. There was no GCF, 2 didn't go into 5. FB is 5. What multiplies to give me negative 24 and adds to give me 5. So I can do my trick. I do math all day. Right here, so it's 3 and negative 8. 2 over 3 doesn't simplify. That's a factor, but 2 over 8 does. Oop. To 1/4. So it becomes a minus 4. Okay, 55. 2 does go into 12, 2 does go into 16, so there is a GCF of 2. Now I'm going to bring that 2 down so I don't forget that it's part of my answer. And then we're going to forget about it for right now. And then we're going to factor the inside. So A, B, C. A is 1, B is 6, C is 8. 1 times 8 is 8. What multiplies to give me 8 and adds to give me 6 is 4 and 2. And everything's positive, so it's just x plus 4, x plus 2. We like when a is 1 because they don't ever simplify and they're simple. Here's one of our perfect squares, difference of two squares. So remember, what times what gives me y squared is y and y. What times what gives me 16, that's exactly the same as 4 and 4. But it's negative 16, so one's going to be negative, one's going to be positive. So it's y minus 4, y plus 4. Okay, last two for factoring. These are grouping because they're terms. There's 4 terms. Make sure there's no GCF. Make sure they're in order. And there's not, so we cut it in half. And we find the GCF with the left. 2 goes into 4. They both have an x. We take out the smaller exponent of 2. That leaves me with x plus 2 because those x squareds cancel. Now here I have a negative. The first term is negative, so I have to take it out a negative. But there is no GCF, so you have to take out a 1. Divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1. And that leaves me with x plus 2. Well, this is just like number 49 at the top. These match, so we take it out like a GCF. And we're left with 2x squared minus 1. And there's my answer. So same concept here. AR squared. There is an r all the way across, so we could take an r out. When I take that out, I'm left with AR minus BR plus AS minus BS. And I'm going to bring that r down so I don't forget about it. And now I'm going to cut it in half and forget about it. So I have an r again. I'm left with A minus B. And then I have an S, and it's positive, so plus S. I'm left with A minus B. And look, they match. So A minus B, I take it out like a GCF. And I'm left with R plus S.